I was intending to make an anime list according to data from professional anime websites, as well as data from Japanese websites, to choose the most popular, best comedy, action, continuation, etc. anime of 2019. But are you kidding me? The results show that if I were to really make this list, I would have to repeat Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, and Kaguya-sama over and over again. And this goes for the Japanese sites as well. Almost all the awards will be taken by these anime. This is my first time seeing professional anime websites have such similar results. It looks like it doesn't matter if there are people from different countries with different religions. For them, good anime is good anime. No arguments there. So rather than mainly using actual data, I'll base these awards off my own opinion, with some actual data as well. This award would have to go to an anime from spring of 2019. That's right, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. There's no arguments here. No matter the perspective, Season 3 Part 2 of Attack on Titan is no doubt the climax of all the Attack on Titan seasons. Maybe the first season was too hype, the second season a little too depressing, but in the third season, they go back to a flashback from the previous plots, revealing the whole world view of the anime. Especially in episode 18, titled Midnight Sun, there is almost no background music, with only the perfect performance of the cast voices. This moment of the anime reaches peak performance. Episode 18 received almost full marks across multiple anime platforms, making its score close to Fullmetal Alchemist. This is why Attack on Titan is truly a milestone in anime. This award goes to an anime from spring of 2019, the second season of One Punch Man. In the second season, they changed the anime company from Madhouse to JC Staff. When the PV of the second season was released, its poor quality made all the One Punch Man fans filled with despair. Although towards the end, the quality was noticeably higher. If some fight scenes were taken from One Punch Man and put into some other action anime, it could probably be the best scene from that anime. To be honest, in the second season, other than the weird metallic feel from Genos and the soft-boiled egghead of Saitama, by the way, just looking at it made me hungry, the second season wasn't too bad. But because they had such a great first season, viewers would always use the first season as a comparison to the second season. Looks like One Punch Man was truly a one punch after all. If the second season of One Punch Man is trying to reach the heights of the first season of One Punch Man, the third season of the Seven Deadly Sins totally gives up its eyes on the ground. There's not a single battle scene that's decent in this anime. For example, in the episode where Raph and Pride fights, that should be the climax of the anime. But in my personal opinion, all I see is a strong man hammering iron. And the poor battle scenes mixed in with Hiroyuki Sawano's passionate music just makes the anime more awkward. To be honest, some anime drawing YouTubers can draw better scenes than what they have right now. In the previous year, a lot of comedy anime were released, some of which being Kaguya-sama, The Demon Girl Next Door, and Wasteful Days of High School Girls. Now, it's very hard for me to decide which anime is proper for this award. Kaguya-sama was romantic enough, The Demon Girl Next Door was cute enough, and Wasteful Days of High School Girls was not only funny, but also a heartwarming story. But I wonder, if comedy anime is meant to make viewers laugh, then in 2019, the anime that made me laugh the most was The Demon Girl Next Door. The story is about a girl who suddenly becomes a demon. Back then, the demons were all defeated by magic girls. Thus, her ancestors gave her a mission to kill all the magic girls in town. Their daily lives as lesbians are about to begin. Although the scenes in this anime are kind of poor, some plots are enough to make you laugh. Like in the first episode, the magic girl and her 0.01 second transformation really made me want to laugh. Assuming the girl's arm length is 0.6 meters, the magic wand is 0.4 kilograms, the weight of her arm is 1.5 kilograms, and she grabbed the wand in less than 0.01 seconds and twirled. According to centrifugal force, in 0.01 seconds, the force on her arm was 60,000 tons. And in the rest of the plot, she can even shorten this time to 0.008 seconds. And look, she's still smiling! I can see why her ancestors lost. The most attractive part of this anime wasn't actually the funny plot, but instead their cast voices. One of their cast voices is Nezuko from Demon Slayer. Yes, the girl who didn't speak for an entire season, but still somehow becomes the best girl in this anime. And the other one, because of her dancing in an ED, makes her more popular than the main character. And now these two best girls or waifu characters have a lesbian relationship in this anime. Nice! This belongs to Demon Slayer, released in the spring of 2019. Demon Slayer is an obvious rising climax anime. I can understand this. There wasn't much shock in the first few episodes, and the storytelling wasn't the best. But it doesn't matter, there's 26 episodes. There's also quite an obvious rising climax because in episode 19, there's a sudden spike in quality. If I were to choose the best episode in anime for 2019, it would have to be episode 19. It isn't just because of its amazing CGI, but because it just gives me the feeling I had when I watched Naruto, Dragon Ball, or One Piece as a kid. This anime just focuses on its main theme and raises it to the climax. It's rare to see these types of anime nowadays. This belongs to Season 2 of Mob Psycho 100. released in the winter of 2019. This anime is made by Bones, and they can have some amazing, theatrical-like fight scenes. In 2019, there's literally no anime that can replace it. But unfortunately, maybe because of the unique animation style, some viewers might not have wanted to watch it. In BD sales, it got only 1,653 copies. In contrast, Kaguya-sama had 4,800 BD sales. And even the trash animation style and the quintessential quintuplets can get over 7,000. So, Mob Psycho 103rd season, rest in peace. About the best romance anime, I'm super conflicted between the second season of High Score Girl and Kaguya-sama. On one hand, the part in Kaguya-sama where Miyuki and Kaguya watched the fireworks together and Kaguya looking at Miyuki was just so romantic that it made my face red. But on the other side, in episode 16 of High Score Girl, Hidaka's legendary confession made me feel like a caterpillar rolling around on my bed. And not to mention in anime, Teasing Master Takagi-san, where the main female character is staring at the main male character. This is a childhood dream for many. But because fewer viewers watched High Score Girl and a lot of viewers watched Kaguya-sama, I'm slightly leaning towards Kaguya-sama. Kemono Michi, Ascendance of a Bookworm, and Cautious Hero. These are some of the better Isekai anime of 2019. Cautious Hero is probably more unique. Kemono Michi probably has some of the best fighting scenes of an Isekai anime, but they all start off good, then end up being not so great. Kemono Michi's plot in the end gets overused. Cautious Hero focuses too much on how cautious the main character is and lacks details about other characters. Although the fight scenes are quite beautiful in the first 2 episodes, it's quite obvious the decline in quality of the rest of the season, as well as the plot towards the end seeming too rushed, like they were trying to jam everything in last second. Therefore, in my opinion, the best Isekai anime of 2019 has to be Ascendance of a Bookworm, which I already mentioned 2 times in my previous videos, so I really don't feel like talking about it anymore. It's just a girl who transfers to another world that makes books. The Rising of the Shield Hero. I always question myself, should I put this anime on the Isekai anime list or action anime list? And finally now, I've decided to put this anime into the controversial category. The people that like it, although they know the disadvantages of this anime, still like it. And the people that don't like it know why these people like this anime, still dislikes it. The last time I've seen the situation was in swordartonline. Actually, the answer is pretty simple. Don't use your brain while watching this anime. If you let your brain rest, you'll find out that this anime is actually pretty good. No questions about it, hands down, without a doubt, this award goes to Beastars. Putting human behaviors on different species of animals, and a deep understanding of whether a wolf actually loves a rabbit or just desires to eat her. The reason I didn't put this anime into the best romance anime category is that this love is too cruel. Everything in this anime is extremely unique. Animals as characters, 3D animations, and different character personality designs. So, in all of 2019, there is no opponent that can challenge this invincible top anime. Of course, this belongs to The Promised Neverland. If you were to only read the synopsis of this anime, you'd think it's just about a bunch of rebellious kids that just announced war against their parents. But it doesn't matter which perspective, mystery, puzzle solving, or teamwork. This anime is up there on some of the top anime that I watched. Astra, Lost in Space, or The Promised Neverland. It took me a really long time to think about which anime was better. They both had very logical plots that just went over my imagination, and I would never have guessed. But because of the ratings and the results of Rock, Paper, Scissors, we decided to choose The Promised Neverland. Carol and Tuesday taught us that if an anime were to completely focus everything on its theme, then it would become much more legendary. From the beginning, 2 incompatible girls not matching well together, then slowly adjusting to each other, and finally complementing each other during the climax of the anime is just amazing. And at the same time, Bones showed us again that they're professionals at making music rather than action anime. There's a lot for this one. The first one is Fire Force. Every fighting action is implemented superbly, but it just feels like there's a lack of good cast voice acting and background music, as well as the rate of the storytelling being very weird. Sometimes it goes really fast, and sometimes it goes so slowly. The saddest thing is, because of last year's fire at Kyoto Animations, they had to push the anime back 2 weeks while it was still being released. The second is No Gun's Life, pretty much the same like Fire Force. And the last one, Sword Art Online Alicization. There's just too much talking and too much useless settings that are mentioned once and never used again. And squeezing such a huge plot into such a small amount of episodes. Yes, you heard that right. The anime took out a lot from its plot. In the light novel, before Yu-Gi-Oh turned into a sword, including body conversations, they had 1,000 words to describe the whole scene. But in the anime, they just summarized it to, yes, I know what to do. No, you understand, but we don't understand. And in Sword Art Online Alicization, Kirito pretty much didn't move at all, the complete opposite of the previous season. But in the light novel, it's because Kirito is scared of pain. And of course in the anime, they don't express anything. You should at least study from Bone Studio, the despair the enemies felt when One For All came out. They really don't understand why most viewers began to watch Sword Art Online. Because I've watched anime Penguin Drum before, I can understand the logic and plot of the anime Sarazanmai. But the anime, A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World, I cannot understand at all. In the beginning, I thought it was like Steins Gate, an anime about time travel. But later on, it feels like a harem anime like The Fruit of Grisha. Then it turned out to be an adventure anime about a magic girl. Yeah, I'm gonna read the visual novel later. This has to go to Doctorstone. The story is about a Japanese kid who invents all sorts of things in hopes of reviving human civilization. Some of them are pretty easy and can be learned in your chemistry class. The science part of this anime is wonderfully designed, but for the fighting part, I can't believe this was adapted from a Shonen Jump manga. And also, the enemy character design is too weird. I can understand why Tsukasa would hate the adults and old people, but just because of hating them, he wants to kill them and cleanse the world? It honestly feels like the author doesn't know how to design a good enemy character, but still wants someone to oppose the main character, and therefore he created this weird plot. But in the end, other than the enemies and fighting scenes, this is a great science anime. But the science I'm talking about is not them just teaching you how chemistry works. It's more like them telling the viewers what the soul of science is. These three anime were all released in the same season of the winter of 2019. Dororo, Domestic Girlfriend, and Boogie Pop and Others. But eventually, I ended up deciding on Domestic Girlfriend. It gave me a reaction similar to when I watched Tokyo Ghoul. And finally, at the end of the video, it's only proper for me to include the best anime endings of 2019. Vinland Saga has always maintained its high quality throughout the anime, but in the last episode of Vinland Saga, where the sword falls, flashing back to the previous 23 episodes, I can only say one word: epic. 2019 had a lot of great anime, and what I mentioned in this video was only a part of what I wanted to put. Remember that these are just my opinions, so don't take things too seriously. Anyways, thank you for watching this far into the video, and I'd like to know your opinions. So let me know what anime you thought were deserving of these awards, and I'll see you guys next time.